Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. Amma ba'd. So, as you know that the name of this surah is Surah Al Qiyama, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about that last hour, the end of the world. So, these non-believers, they used to ask this question out of making a fun of that when will be the day of Qiyamah. Yas'alu ayyana yawmul Qiyamah. That we studied this ayah last time. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is answering and informing them that when there will be total chaos and disruption in the whole system of the universe, when you will see that the vision of the people, the eyesight of the people will be dazzled. Bariqa, it's from barq. In Arabic, barq is lightning. When we have thunderstorms, lightning, so that is called barq. So it will be that lightning that the eyes of the people and the sight of the people will be dazzled. This is the meaning of bariq al-basar.
What does mean? What does this mean?
Bariqa, they will be so much
dazzle.
Okay.
affected by the light.
Okay.
So yeah, it will be too much light.
Ah.
Somebody will
I
be.
see.
Like,
Ah.
I got it.
Oh, you mean days?
No, these, yes.
There's so much light you
Days,
cannot
yeah.
see.
There's too much light when you cannot see.
Like if the sun gets so close, you could get blind.
Yes. وَخَسَفَ الْقَمَرِ, and the light of the moon will be taken out. At sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows the sign of eclipse. What happens when there is a moon eclipse?
You don't
That
see the light.
it becomes like black and the light of the moon we cannot see. Yes. So وَخَسَفَ الْقَمَرِ, so the light of the moon will be taken out from that.
So khasaf is
Khasaf,
Removed?
eclipse.
Oh,
Eclipse, yes. وَجُمِعَ الشَّمْسُ وَالْقَمَرُ, and the sun and the moon, they will be together. Right now, the system of these all stars, that they have their orbits and every star is moving in its own orbit. So the moon has its own course and the sun has its own course. But at that time, all this system will be collapsed and the moon and sun both will be going in the same line, in the same orbit, and then they will be clashing with each other
Join together.
and then join together. Yes.
Does Allah mean by the Earth's qamar or other qamara?
No, Qamar, the moon.
There is more than one moon.
No, but this moon that we see, the
It's
human
Earth moon.
beings, that
Only
gives
Earth
us the
moon,
light.
okay.
Okay.
Other moons maybe,
Mhm.
but this is the only moon we can see. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Right.
saying.
And
So you're right.
we are all familiar with this one. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that all these stars, so this is just one example. The bottom line is that everything will be collapsing with, clashing with each other, and it will be the sign of destruction. Yes.
Colliding. Yeah.
Colliding, yes. يَقُولُ الْإِنسَانُ يَوْمَئِذٍ أَيْنَ الْمَفَرُّ. On that day the human being will say, where is the place of running? Where can I go? How to escape? Yaqulu means
He says.
he is saying, al-insan, human being, yawmaidhin,
That day.
on that day, ayn al-mafar,
Where is
the
Exit.
where is the place of
refuge?
flee?
Yeah.
Yes, fleeing, yes. So mafar is from farar. Farra yafirru, that means running away.
Yeah.
Kalla la wazar. Nay, there is no place of like shelter. There is no refuge. There is no shelter on that day, except the shelter that is given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All the humanity, they do not have any place to hide themselves or to escape from facing that situation. Kalla la wazar. So wazar means shelter, yes. Ila rabbika yawma idhinil mustaqar. To all the mustaqar, all the places of
Refuge.
refuge is just towards your Lord. It's towards your Lord. Ila rabbika, towards your Lord. Yawma idhin, on that day is the place of refuge. Yunabba'ul insanu yawma idhin bima qaddama wa akhar. The human beings on that day, they will be informed. Yunabba'u. They will be informed. Whatever they have sent forth and whatever they are lagging behind. In all the good deeds they have done and they have sent forth in the life of this world, they will be in all the good deeds. Wa akhar, those things that they could not do that.
So bima qaddama wa akhar. So that day, Yawma Idhin, what is bima?
Bima, whatever.
Whatever. Okay. Qaddama, which is in front of them?
They have sent.
Sent is a verb.
They have sent before them.
Oh,
Muqaddam कहते हैं ना.
okay.
So anything that is muqaddam,
Okay.
that they have sent forth.
Right.
Okay. All the good deeds they have done, so they have sent forth, right? It is going and it is saved for them by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's recorded, right?
Right.
Wa akhar, all those things that they left behind.
Left behind.
So they could not do the good deeds. So this is like they are lacking in those things and they have left behind.
Does it mean that the part will say bima qaddama is the good deeds and ma'akhara is what he didn't do and he was supposed to do.
What he's supposed to do, and on that day he wish
He would.
that I could do this, I could do that also. And yunabba'u means
He will be informed.
to be informed, yes.
أما يتساءلون عن النبأ.
Naam, naba, that is khabar, information in Arabic. So these are the big signs of the major signs of the Qiyamah, and everything will come to the end. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is informing all the humanity that do not take this end of the world as a joke. Do not take it that this is just the story. Because the non-believers also, they used to say that if there is such thing, the Qiyamah, end of the world, so why is not here? Why we cannot see it? Why, is just the promise and the promise and the promise? If there is such thing, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not bring it to us?
Just know when it's going to be.
Right. So He has appointed the time for that, and whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills and whatever He decides the time, on that time, this is the reality that each and everything is going to take place.
So balak means lightning?
Yes.
Okay.
Right? Sadaqallahu al-Azim.